We are just days out from the NFL draft being here, and according to the latest report, Brian Daboll's coaching staff is not on the same page as Joe Schoen and his front office when it comes to Shedeur Sanders and the number 3 overall pick. We're going to break that down on today's show, but first make sure you are subscribed to the channel. We're going to be live for every single pick of the 2025 NFL draft, and we are trying to beat the Cowboys Report, our rival channel here at Chat Sports, and subscribers picked up in draft month. Right now, we're doing a good job, but it's a huge weekend coming up, and I want to lengthen the lead. So if you love the Giants, you hate the Cowboys, and you want the best draft coverage on YouTube, hit that sub button right now. You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. Appreciate everybody for rolling in. Adam Schefter and Todd McShay coming out with bombshell articles on the Monday before the NFL draft being here. I guess Todd McShay's was more of a podcast. Watched that this morning when I was at the house, took some notes, and then I read the article from Adam Schefter. And I think they might have had the same source because every bit of information they shared was almost identical. And mainly headlining with the New York Giants have a house that is divided. They are split on Shedeur at number 3. Todd McShay saying this, quote, "Don't close the book on Shedeur with the Giants just yet. Something's going on there. I'm not sure in the last 24 hours, but as of 48 hours ago, there is still a little push from the personnel department. That's Joe Schoen, the general manager, his director of scouting, the college director, all the scouts. I can't say who individually who it is, but apparently someone on that side or multiple people on that side are saying, quote, let's really consider Shedeur at number 3. There's a little bit more of a push than expected from the personnel people." And Todd McShay also saying this, the coaching staff, obviously headed by Brian Daboll, the head coach, is anti-taking Shedeur Sanders at number 3. So McShay is saying that Joe Schoen and his front office, not specifically Joe Schoen, that they are really considering and want to revisit the idea of Shedeur being the pick at number 3. While Brian Daboll and his coaching staff, according to McShay, they want nothing to do with Sanders at number 3. Using the word anti-Sanders at 3 paints a picture for me that Brian Daboll is not a Shedeur Sanders guy. At least that's what the person that told McShay thinks of the situation. It's not just Todd McShay. Like we told you at the top of the show, Adam Schefter had some bombshell information saying there is a belief around the league that certain segments of the Giants organization want Shedeur Sanders more than others. This is horrible. This is a joke. You have a head coach and a general manager on the hot seat, and their respective branches of the organization are clashing head-to-head on who that pick should be at number 3. I don't love it. Adam Schefter saying this, no team has done more work on one player than the Giants have done on Sanders. As another NFL general manager said about the Giants GM, Joe Schoen, he has lived in Boulder, Colorado. All right, so let's break this down. I know it's the week of the draft. I get it. It is smokescreen season. So maybe they're just trying to smoke out McShay and smoke out Schefter and maybe Joe Schoen's trying to find out where the leak in his front office and building is. Maybe that's true. But let's assume what both guys are saying, who are extremely well connected to all teams, is correct. I would say this. Joe Schoen in the front office, they want the franchise quarterback. They probably know that they have a little bit longer of a leash than the coaching staff. And that if Joe Schoen finds the franchise guy this year, even if the wins do not come, he and his front office are more likely to stay. Whereas Brian Daboll and his job security solely relies on how many wins they are going to stack, in my opinion. Maybe John Mara gives him a little bit a benefit of the doubt if they're bad, but they pick the right quarterback and the quarterback looks good at the end of the season. But I think that benefits the front office more than the coaching staff, because we saw that happen with the Chicago Bears, and they fired Matt Eberflus, and they kept Ryan Poles. And we saw that with the New England Patriots. They fired Gerard Mayo, and they kept their front office in-house. There we are on that. This is a doomsday scenario, in my opinion. Kind of hinted at it earlier in the video. You are a tandem that is joined at the hip, in my opinion. Maybe the front office has a little bit longer of a leash. But what I am saying is you came in together, and there's a chance that you could leave together. You are both on the hot seat. And the fact that you don't think the same things is mind-boggling to me. Because I remember on Black Monday, following week 18 of the NFL season, John Mara huddled up at the 50-yard line at the Quest Diagnostic Center at 1925 Giants Drive, and he told the Giants media that Brian Daboll and Joe Schoen and Brian Daboll, both of them, presented me a plan that gave me confidence, enough confidence, to keep them. So now I am wondering what the hell was that plan? Because I know for a fact the plan was not, well, Brian doesn't like Shedeur. He likes another quarterback. And Joe Schoen and his people really like a quarterback, and they want to take him at 3. Like, you presented a plan to your boss that you were on the same page. And now we are days away from arguably the biggest day of your professional careers. And you're not on the same page. And you don't have the same opinion on the pick. And you want to be something different. What is the plan you sold him on? Was it Matt Stafford? Was it Aaron Rodgers? Was it Cam Ward? Was it Shedeur? Was it Jackson Dart? Was it Russell Wilson? Was it Jameis Winston? Or was it, holy shit, we're just going to throw everything at the wall and hope one thing sticks? It's honestly embarrassing to me. 3 days away from the NFL draft, and we have a house that is divided. It's unbelievable. Do you want the Giants to pick Shedeur Sanders? Maybe it's all smoke, and maybe I'm getting myself riled up for nothing. I don't know. Do you want Shedeur on the Giants? Pick a side. Which side of the house are you going with? Daboll, where you don't want him, or Joe Schoen, where you do? Type D for draft, type P for pass. In life, when two people in power can't come to a conclusion, what do? They usually settle for a middle ground. And I think I know what that middle ground is, and I think I know what the Giants want to happen in the NFL draft. We'll talk about that around the corner. First, though, I got to give a major shout-out to our proud sponsor of today's video. That is Game Time. The NBA playoffs are here. If you want to go watch the Knicks at the world's most famous arena, the best spot to get the best seats for the lowest price guaranteed is with Game Time. Game Time is the best ticketing app there is. I've been to a couple of NBA playoff games before. If you haven't, go do it. It is a lot of fun. And do it with Game Time. And use our promo code ChatSports, that's CHATSPORTS, for $20 off your first purchase where terms do apply. You get the best seats for the lowest price guaranteed. Prices actually drop as the events get closer. You get to see your seat view in the app, so it's easy to decide which tickets you want to buy. You also get to access your tickets from your phone, so it's easy to get into the stadium. It's easy to resell your tickets as well. You can go watch the Knicks, or you can go watch the Yankees. Just do it with Game Time and turn on those Game Time picks features and the all-in pricing feature. Just like you see in the middle of your screen, make sure both those buttons are turned on so you get locked in to the best seats for the lowest price guaranteed. What time is it? It is game time. Support the show, support the sponsor, be a real one. Use that promo code ChatSports, CHATSPORTS, for $20 off your first purchase where terms do apply. All that information will be clickable down in the comments and the description of today's video. All righty, there's been a lot of smoke and a lot of chitter-chatter around the New York Giants taking Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter with the number 3 overall pick and trying to find a way to get back into round 1 to select a quarterback, which a lot of people have thought and speculated that is Shedeur Sanders. But now we are hearing more than one people say that Brian Daboll is a Jackson Dart guy, which we told you that on the channel last week. Adam Schefter saying this: even if the Giants bypass Sanders with their top pick, and there are split opinions across the league about whether they will, they always can attempt to trade back in round 1 to try to land him later. I truly do think in a perfect world for the New York Giants, where they can come to a resolution of the coaching staff wanting one thing and the front office wanting another, is they find a way to leave the NFL draft with Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter and Shedeur Sanders or Jackson Dart. Finding a way to get the best player when they are on the board and leaving with the quarterback to satisfy Joe Schoen and his front office. Because Brian Daboll knows rookie QBs do not save head coaches. We saw that with the Chicago Bears. We saw that with the New England Patriots. And we saw that with Pat Shurmur and Daniel Jones, where he had 24 passing touchdowns in his rookie season. Finding rookie quarterbacks that look good at the end of year one saved general managers. Ask the Bears and ask the Patriots. Remember when Peter Schrager said this, talking about Shedeur Sanders? Is he possibly the third overall pick where they're sitting at? Maybe. Does this also mean they can maybe trade back into the first round if they take his teammate Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter with the third pick? I would say that is more likely. So Peter Schrager is saying it is more likely the Giants trade back into round one than select a quarterback at their spot in round one. And now every single mock draft I look at either has the Giants picking a quarterback at selection number 34 or they are trading back into the tail end of round one to select what they are hoping is to be their franchise quarterback. And it sounds like Brian Daboll thinks that Jackson Dart is the quarterback they should target to be that guy. Connor Hughes of SNY, who covers the Giants, saying Jackson Dart is a name to watch for the Giants as a trade-up option on Thursday. Sources I touched base with said he's someone Brian Daboll is high on. Most out of QBs other than Cam Ward. Among qualities Daboll values in QBs is toughness. And Jackson Dart, he has that. So Connor Hughes is saying that Brian Daboll is a Jackson Dart guy. While we are hearing that the front office is trying to get everyone to reconsider selecting Shedeur Sanders with the number 3 overall pick. So there we are on that. And it's not just Connor Hughes who is saying that Jackson Dart is the guy for Brian Daboll. Jordan On is also now saying this. Here's the new thing that you're hearing, right? Word on the street is kind of going around that Brian Daboll's guy, the guy that he likes the best in this draft, is Jackson Dart. So an intriguing one right there. Probably not going to be able to get Jackson Dart at 34. Well, if you were subscribed to the channel and you clicked on this thumbnail, you would have known that Brian Daboll is reportedly a Jackson Dart guy because we told you that in this video last week. And I know all y'all watched it because all y'all are subscribed and have your notifications turned on, and you would never want to miss any information like that that comes a couple of days before it hits the Giants beat. I'll just say this. If Brian Daboll has identified a quarterback that he thinks is worth the risk and the value lines up, and he thinks he can turn him into a Fetty guy, then check rock, and let's run it. Like, isn't that why you hired Brian Daboll? To identify the next franchise quarterback? To develop the next franchise quarterback? So hopefully he could put number 5 in the trophy case. I trust Brian Daboll's evaluation of the quarterback position a little bit more than Joe Schoen. So yeah, that's why he hired this head coach. If Brian Daboll likes the quarterback, go get him. Not saying number 3, but it would be awfully cool if we leave Thursday night with Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter and Jackson Dart or Shedeur Sanders. I think we'd all be pretty happy about that. I know this. I'm tired of talking about it. I just want to wake up Thursday, put my draft outfit on, and be ready to rock and roll. If you're ready for the NFL draft, you're tired of speculation, you're tired of hearing me yelling about it, hit that thumbs up icon, and make sure you are following me on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on IG at @MarshallGreen_. Give me a follow, and let's go G-Men.